Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. For those of you new here, my name is Cheryl and I run a small handmade business. I'm very excited about this week's project. I've been wanting to make this for quite some time, but there's several pieces that had to be ordered. And I know I talked about this on my last video, but I ordered this as a transfer. It is my uh, shop name, my logo, and my shop QR code. So I'm going to make myself a purse. I've been wanting one for quite some time. I do have one that I had bought, I think off Vistaprint like several years ago, but I really just wanted to show you guys that you can step outside the box of thinking like if you make purses or totes. I'm making a tote basically. I'm not having a closure on mine because I don't I never close up my purse. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just make mine an open tote. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys, you could get any design you wanted. And this is going to be my outside pocket. So you could really, if you wanted to show off your logo, put your shop name on here, whatever you wanted to do. It doesn't have to be for your shop. It could be just something really cute, like a picture of your grandkids or your children or your dog. I should do one for Jerry too. I might have to do that next. But I did order some other stuff. Hang on just a minute. I got on I'll have to look it up, like quilting panels or something, and found these. I don't know what they're printed on. I think it's supposed to be cotton, but they feel linen like. They're not slicky. But I'm also going to make some purses out of this using this for a pocket. Um, there are so many designs, it's unreal. And I just hurried and picked three because I wanted to make sure the print quality was good before. I am not sponsored by them, by the way. I just wanted to make sure the print quality was good. But I thought this was really pretty. Maybe if I turned it right side up. I'm definitely going to have to take this with me because I would love to find this color of fabric, the darker color. I don't even know what color you would call that. And then I got a dachshund. And they have all kinds of different dogs except for my Jerry dog. So that's where I was thinking, well, I could do a Jerry dog like this. I should have ordered one. I could have had a pocket on each side, one for this and one for Jerry. Dang it. Well, it's a little too late now because I can't wait to make this purse. Um, when I go to work, my day job, I that's where I mail my packages from because I'm too scared to leave them in my mailbox here. And sometimes if they're bigger packages, they won't fit. But anyways, I usually carry like a small purse about this big. And I've usually got my hands full with my purse, my water, Jerry. And so I wanted to go back to a bigger purse to carry to work and to carry to my craft fairs and stuff like that. So that is what we're working on this week. I'm sorry I rambled so long. First, I'm going to have my coffee, do my computer work, and then we're going to dive right into it. So please stay tuned. Okay. First, I'm going to start by heat pressing this. I've already done like a little bit, but we're going to go just a little bit more. I found that, I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't stick. Hopefully I don't run it. Okay. Now I'm going to take it over here where it's cooler. Hopefully get it all off. I'm a little nervous about this down here. I didn't realize how tiny the print was. Oh, it worked. Yep. Okay, so pressing it twice was the key. I like it. Looks good. Now I need to check and see if that'll pick up my QR code. Let's see, one moment. I don't know if I showed you all this, but I got denim fabric to use for my purse. Luckily it's not too stretchy. I had some really good denim. It felt like actual jeans. These are more, that's, it's not very stretchy, so that's good. It's just a light denim. Well, kind of a medium. And then I'll make 2 panels and then the pocket. And for the pocket panel, I'm going to use orange, and I'm going to use this for the inside. Orange is my favorite color. So I just need to hopefully cut this out correctly because I've only got one of these. And this will be my front pocket, and I'll put it over the top of the orange. So this is going to be a really tall pocket. I'm making this purse like I make all the other ones, 16 by 16, if my math's right. Usually when I put the front panels on, I end up having to shave the sides because it doesn't math right. So let's get started on cutting out the pocket. And then that way I can go off the panel, measure how big I need the panels. So, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this purse done tonight. My son's been here for about 2 hours. He needed to use my computer, which that involved using my sewing chair. So anyways, I sewed the bottom of the pocket, and I've made this 3 inches from the bottom of my middle panel. And now I'm going to sew this to close up the panel. I'm not going to sew the sides because I will sew that when I put the panels on them. But I've got to change my thread real quick, and I will get this sewn up. Okay, I cut my side panels 5 inches wide by 16 long, and I'm not going to give a very big seam allowance. I think I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to use the width of my foot. I'll put my foot right on the edge of here. My inside panel is a little bit over 7 inches wide. Oh, 7, that'd be 17, almost 18 inches. So maybe I do need to do a 3/4 inch or 3/8 inch. Maybe I'll try that. Okay, I'm going to sew this together. There's one panel, and to tell you the truth, I think I should have cut these panels 5.5. I'm not good with this mathing stuff, but it'll be fine. It's still going to be a bigger purse, so. And I am going to press this and sew right here to keep this from bulking up like that. Okay, I'll get this one done, and then we'll see how wide we are. Here's what it ended up measuring. So almost 15.5, and I want it to 16. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to take some of this orange and put a 1-inch strip on each side, and then I can cut them down to get 16. Does that make sense? Because I really wanted it 16. That's like the perfect size for me, the perfect size bag. And I feel like I can't really cut off. I don't know. I like my bags squared up. This will make it really long and not as wide as I want. So I think I should have cut these instead of 5.5. I should have cut them 6, and then I could have cut them down. But I learned from my mistakes, which it's really not that big of a deal because this can be fixed without ripping seams and stuff. So bear with me as I try to get this purse made. Okay, I'm going to see if that works, and I'll be back. I did it. And I'm not going to lie, I think I kind of like it. Although I do know when I sew the back panel to this, you'll probably only be able to see a speck of it. But that's okay because it'll just add something a little different. I like it. I'm so happy. Okay, so I left my heat press on because I'm going to use it to put the fusible fleece on here because it fuses it a lot better. So I'm going to get that cut out. Actually, I'm going to cut the back panel out and I'm going to fuse those real quick so I can turn this off because that thing is super duper hot and it's really warming up my room. Okay, I'll be back after I get that done. For those of you who've never used a heat press to put fusible fleece on the back of stuff, this is how I do it. Mine is set at 350 and I'm going to have to do it in increments because mine isn't big enough for the whole thing. I need to move this over a little. This works so good. I mean, it fuses on there like crazy. But I don't like to, when I'm just making one project at a time, I don't really like to plug this in to use it. But I already had it plugged in for my um, transfer here, so I thought might as well use it. Okay, look how that fused on there. Really on the, well, it didn't, I didn't get it all the way to the edge of this, but it is on there. A little wrinkled right there, but that's how it came out. That's okay, it doesn't show through. But yeah, okay, I got to get the back side of this cut out, and I've also got to sew down. Oh, I'm not showing anything, am I? I've got to sew down these and right here. I just had to change my thread again. I really hate changing my thread. I can't, I just have the hardest time seeing, and sometimes when I look for so long, everything gets blurry. So anyways, I'll be back in just a little bit. Oh, I got the panels sewed together and then I'm going to cut my corners here. And I just measured 2 inches, not from the seam, but if you measure from the seam, it's 1.5 inches, but I just measured from the outer side. So I need to cut these. I just had them. Oh, there they are. I'm telling you guys, this place is a wreck. I have been so busy with other stuff. I've been trying to get my setup for my next craft fair all under control. I did buy something new that I seen on another YouTuber. I got to show you guys this. I think this is going to be a game changer for me. It it they're little tags where you can um, put your prices in, and then I can clip them onto my shelves. I was really nervous when I ordered them because I didn't think that they would fit. Like I didn't think they would clamp open very wide, but they fit, and I am so happy. Because usually I tried to put tags on them, but you all have seen how many of those little coin purse wallets I've got. There's no way I can just keep tagging them. So I'm hoping this will work. I will show you guys this, what I'm talking about. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. See these right here? And they swivel, like you can put them however you want. But this is what, a 1/2 inch thick? Let me measure it. So I was really concerned that it wouldn't fit. It's a little over because there's like, this is a 1/2 inch, but then there's like a little lip here. So I was pretty concerned that they wouldn't like open wide enough, but these, oh, You can clip them sideways, upside down, and they swivel. And then you put your piece of paper in here that with your prices on it. And I really like this because I can make it great big and I can have dedicated shelves, you know, for each one. And if I wanted to, I could clip it. Okay, my microphone died. Imagine that. But look, it's done. Well, it's not all the way done. I got to do the liner. But look at that. I bet I couldn't do this again to save my life. I really like that. That is kind of cool looking. I know I probably couldn't do this again. I'm really, really pleased with this. What do you guys think? I can't wait to get the liner in and the straps on. I'm probably not going to keep working on it because it's getting late. I think it's almost 9 o'clock and I'm usually in the house by now, but that I'm really pleased with it. I think it looks cool. Okay, I will talk to you all tomorrow when we finish this up. Happy Tuesday. I have started working on this purse. I just was getting stuff cut out. Um, I said last night all I have left to do is the handles and the lining, but when I cut out the handles and fused the line, I got the lining. I just used the light fusible on this. I got the pocket done and I'm like, you know what? I really deserve to have everything. So I have cut out for a zipper wallet and I cut out to have a tab on the inside of my purse and a different type of keychain I've never made before. It's two-sided. So I think I finally deserve one like that. So I'm going to finish this up tonight because I do carry one of those little wallets, but it's a Christmas themed one. I just never made myself another one. And the only reason I carried that one because I think I had accidentally got a pin mark on it. So I didn't really feel like scrubbing it to get it out. So I just kept it for myself. But I'm officially making myself one and a key fob. So we're going to get working on that in just a little bit. I thought I would pop this fun fact because most of you know I live on a farm in a rural area, but we have to read our own water meters and then calculate it and send in payment. Isn't that crazy? And no, there's no cheating because every so often they come out and actually read it. So if you're wrong, then they will charge you. Yeah. And the water meter, I have to read two of them, one for the house and one for the farm. And one other fun fact, don't hit your blades on these. They will rip right off. So this is my biggest fear of opening this and a snake coming out. That's why my husband's supposed to do it, and he forgot. Okay, no snakes. All right. Okay. Whew. I hope you enjoyed my fun fact. Anyways, I got the one handle on, and I cut the handle 30 inches long. I did not put any batting in this because this is like a denim, so it's a little thicker. So I've got the other one almost done. I'll tack it on, and then we will start working, getting the pocket on and the lining sewed up. Okay, let me show you how far I've made it so far. I got my key fob done. I decided to go with the blue jean color on the outside and the pop of orange on the inside. That's all done. I got my pocket sewn on with my little holder here and both of my straps sewn on. So all that is left to do is to get this sewn together. Now, I really want to get that coin purse done, and they don't take very long. But every time I say that, I end up making a mess. But one step at a time. I'm going to get this pinned together and all sewed up. Now, for any of you guys wondering, when I make my key fobs, I cut them 14 inches long, and then I cut it 4 inches wide, and I fold both edges into the middle and then fold it over. Does that make sense? So let me get this done, hopefully in a timely manner. Okay, I have it sewn together. I left an opening. I simply line my opening up with my pocket. That way I know it's in the center. And for those of you who don't know, I do cut my corners off just like my purse. And I line up with 2 inches. Let me make sure I do this right. On the outer of the fabric, not from the seams, but from the out of the fabric. And then I'm going to cut these and sew them up and stuff the purse in it. We're almost done. We are on the last quarter mile, I should say. Not the last mile, but we're almost done. And I make this liner just exactly like my outside. I'm having problems working and talking. It is a little bit easier to use with this thin fusible interfacing on it. You don't have to use this. You don't have to put anything on the lining if you don't want to. I just use it because it does make it have just a little bit of stiffness, not a whole lot, but it does make it for me a little bit easier to work with. Okay, I'm gonna get this sewn up. Okay, now I'm going to put the outer bag inside the inner bag. And make sure when you get this all in there that you have your handles tucked inside. And you kind of want to pull them so they're down. I try to pull them out, if they're long enough, out the opening of the bottom of the bag. That way it keeps them a little straight so that they don't get bunched up when you try to sew. And I always start from the corners, and you can open your seams up if you want. I don't on these. On certain things I do, but on this I don't. Okay. A little tight. And I like using clips on the sides better than needles. I don't show myself sewing a lot because I have to mute everything, because I am usually stabbing myself with pins all the time. And you can only beep that out so many times. But I do like, a lot of people use the quilters clips, but for me, when I'm going around the bag, I like to use the needles better. I feel like they hold it in place a little bit better. Plus the fact if you have to, you can actually sew over them. I don't really recommend it. I know a lot of people do. My grandma always did. And I've had some success with sewing over them, but I've also broken quite a few needles. It would hit it just right. I can't wait to have this done. I can't wait to take it to work tomorrow. I really don't want to go to work tomorrow, but at least I'll have something fun and new to take. That's exciting. Okay. One more pin and I should be ready to go. Okay. Got my handles straight. Also, I'll show you this. For me, this is easier to do than trying to wrap it around, trying to sew. Anyways, let me just show you. Apparently, I'm just not able to speak correctly. Because my sewing machine is down in a hole, I have to take mine out to do this step. And I've learned I need to have a wooden insert put in because it does have a lip where I could put it. But for now, I just use my measuring thing so that my sewing machine doesn't fall down into the hole. Okay, for me, oh, that was noisy, sorry. This is easier to do. And I always start at the seam. And I sew with my foot touching the edge. Okay, I'm going to get this sewed up. Well, that was certainly a challenge. My thread kept breaking. I was using a thicker thread just because I like the color. And then I had to refill my bobbin, and for some reason my needle broke. So I had to replace that. I replaced the thread, and I think I've got it done. So what I need to do now, and I'll probably iron this just because it makes it easier. I like to iron. I don't know if I'm really getting this, but I'm going to iron this right here. This is my gap. And then I'm just going to stitch it closed as close to the top as I can get. Okay, it's done. I'm really pleased with it. I still can't get over how this turned out. Like, I know I can't redo that again. That was just a fluke. But it's all done. I got my outer pocket. I have a big inner pocket and my key fob. So, hang on a moment. So I'm going to make the wallet, but this video is starting to run a little long. So that'll be a behind the scenes, or I may make it in my next vlog. I'm not sure. I really don't know what I'm doing for my next vlog yet. But I do want to say thank you for watching my video, for liking and subscribing and giving me hype points. You don't know how much I appreciate it. It's been a long journey with YouTube. I'm going on over 2 years, and I'm still just a baby channel, but I really do enjoy it. And I will see you all next Sunday.